Have you ever stopped to wonder about the origins of your favorite Disney cartoons? What if I told you that behind the colorful animations, catchy songs, and heartwarming endings lie some unexpectedly dark and mysterious real-life tales? The original stories were often much more twisted than the Disney versions we know and love today. Let's dive deeper into the real-life inspiration behind 5 of the most iconic Disney cartoons, and you'll see how these fairy tales weren't always so magical. Let's begin with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs the beloved Disney film that gave us a cheerful princess with a kind heart, 7 quirky dwarfs, and a wicked queen. However, the roots of Snow White's story come from a much older and much darker German fairy tale collected by the brothers Grimm. In the original tale, Snow White's stepmother, the evil queen, is consumed by jealousy over Snow White's beauty. This leads her to make several vicious attempts on Snow White's life, each more terrifying than the last. Unlike the Disney version, where the queen falls to her death, the brothers Grimm tale ends with a disturbing punishment for the queen. She is forced to wear burning hot iron shoes and dance until she drops dead. This gruesome conclusion was softened by Disney, but the darker origins remind us of the harsh lessons fairy tales were meant to teach in the past. Now, let's swim down to the story of the Little Mermaid a film that captured our hearts with Ariel's journey from under the sea to dry land, all for the sake of love. But the real story, written by Hans Christian Andersen, is far more tragic. In Andersen's tale, the mermaid doesn't just sacrifice her voice to gain legs, she endures excruciating pain with every step she takes, as if walking on knives. And unlike Disney's happy ending, where Ariel marries Prince Eric, the original story ends with heartbreak. The mermaid's love is unrequited, and rather than kill the prince to regain her mermaid form, she chooses to turn into sea foam and disappear forever. Andersen's version is a somber reflection on selflessness and the pain that sometimes comes with love, making it a much more sorrowful tale than the Disney adaptation we know. Cinderella is another beloved character that Disney brought to life, a story of hope, magic, and a happy ending. We all remember Cinderella's fairy godmother transforming her rags into a beautiful gown and the iconic glass slipper that brings her to her prince. However, Cinderella's story, which has been retold in many cultures for centuries, wasn't always so kind. In the version by Charles Perrault, the familiar elements of the fairy godmother and the glass slipper are there, but earlier versions of the tale take a much darker turn. In some, the wicked stepsisters are punished for their cruelty in shocking ways, either by being blinded or having their feet mutilated to fit into the glass slipper. These disturbing details were left out of the Disney version, making it a far more innocent story of overcoming adversity with grace and kindness. Next, we turn to Sleeping Beauty a timeless tale of true love's kiss that awakens a princess from an eternal slumber. Disney's version is a classic love story, where Prince Philip battles through obstacles to rescue Princess Aurora with a kiss. But the original tale, dating back to Giambattista Basile's version, is far more unsettling. In this early version, the princess does not wake up from a kiss at all. Instead, while still under the sleeping spell, she gives birth to twins, and it is one of the babies suckling her finger that finally breaks the curse. The original story dealt with far more adult themes, and over time, it was softened into the more romanticized version we now know from Disney. But the darker undercurrents of the original tale remain surprising to those familiar with the Disney adaptation. Finally, let's explore Beauty and the Beast a beautiful story that teaches us not to judge by appearances and to see the good within. Disney's version focuses on Belle, a strong-willed young woman, and the Beast, a cursed prince who must learn to love and be loved to break the spell. However, the tale's origins, written by French novelist Jean-Marie Leprince de Beaumont, go much deeper. In earlier versions of the story, the narrative centers on arranged marriages and the transformation of character. The beast represents the fears and apprehensions many women had in the past when entering into arranged marriages with strangers, and Belle's gradual acceptance of him is symbolic of a woman's journey toward finding beauty and kindness in an otherwise frightening situation. The story delves into the nature of human relationships and the societal expectations placed on women, making it more complex than the enchanting fairy tale we're familiar with today. These classic Disney cartoons may appear light-hearted and magical on the surface, but their origins tell a different story. The real-life tales behind them are full of dark twists, tough lessons, and moral warnings that were meant to reflect the harsh realities of the world. Over time, Disney has softened these stories to appeal to modern audiences, but the original fairy tales remind us that happily ever afters don't always come easy. Whether it's Snow White's cruel punishment, The Little Mermaid's heartbreaking sacrifice, or Sleeping Beauty's unsettling awakening, these stories reveal a side of fairy tales that is rarely seen on screen. So, the next time you watch one of your favorite Disney classics, remember that beneath the fantasy lies a world filled with unexpected twists and deep lessons.